Morning, everyone. Day 2 getting ready to start here. We are headed out from Paris Landing. Gonna be a windy one. We're supposed to have a wind advisory kick up around noon, and out of the south, which is never good for this place. The goal for today is try to build off of what we did yesterday and come up with a second pattern. We've got one pattern that yesterday worked really well. Like to be able to find something to go along with that. I got a few ideas. I think I understand what's going on. You know, I think what happened is the water came up real high last week. I think we had extremely strong current. I think a lot of fish pushed up shallow, and I think with the water receding, a lot of those fish are still shallow. The question is, will they stay or will they go? I think a lot of these fish will stay as long as the current's still strong. I think a lot of them will stay. Talked to a lot of scopers yesterday at our house. I didn't personally, but they talked to a lot of other individuals in the tournament. Sounds like everybody was struggling. I know of one other angler that had a day similar to mine. Actually, I guess two. One of the guys was scoping and the other one was Miles. And Miles he was doing the same thing I was doing. So we'll see. We just got to keep building on it. Tomorrow it's supposed to blow 20 to 30 out of the south. I don't know if we do even get out. I mean, I think I'm hearing chance that there's potential bass could actually cancel practice. So we'll see. I'm not going to put myself through anything too crazy. Definitely like to fish. And we'll see how it goes. But all right, let's get the day started. Let's go find something. Let's build off of yesterday. I know a lot of these fish are holding around these points because these points are what the current seams are on. I've only been able to get bit right up along the bank, but I know, you know, there's like a washout hole on pretty much all of these, and I know that there's got to be a lot of fish that are sitting in them. So I'm gonna drag the Carolina rig around a couple of them when I see them today and just see if we can generate a couple strikes that way. Just a classic spot, actually a classic wintering spot. Anytime you get a hole like that, and I think a lot of these fish still got to be in wintering mode. Plus, they're always full of bait fish, so you know the fish are using them. The problem is a lot of times those are some of the hardest fish to get to bite because they're just sitting down there, just really not worried about anything. They're just letting the winter pass. Well, I made a move up into a creek. The creeks are still all really, really dirty. Not thinking it's what I'm looking for. I think you probably catch fish up in here, but it just seems off a little bit. I don't like the same composition. And our wind is starting to kick up. We were supposed to go into a wind advisory around noon. It's 10:50 right now, and it is starting to kick up. So we're probably gonna start working our way back towards Paris a little bit because I'm about 20 miles away at this point, and I know it's supposed to really ramp up and blow hard through tomorrow and Wednesday, and then hopefully lay down for Thursday again. But definitely been a slower day today. You know, I feel like I'm trying to grow what I found yesterday, but I'm not finding the same sort of stuff. So that makes me feel good from the standpoint of like, okay, well, you know, I think I can still get bit doing this, but it also isn't as maybe as big of a pattern or big of an area as I like. You know, I've had a couple of bites today, one decent one and one maybe keeper smallmouth. It was a long skinny fish. I didn't measure it. It might have been 15 inches, but I just back in these creeks, I just haven't been able to generate anything like a ways back into the creek. This one I thought was big enough, maybe I'd be able to muster something up, but I have not been able to do that. So we'll probably fish one more point over here quick and then start working our way towards the boat ramp a little bit more. A lot slower today. I did it again, guys. I'm back. I saw these docks. I was like, I gotta try these. They're just beautiful. Probably not gonna catch anything on them. It's been a really slower day today. I'm gonna keep chalking it up to me doing some different things, but yeah, been really slow. Really slow. So, you know, that's how it is sometimes. The problem I have with that is tomorrow we're supposed to have really bad winds like I was mentioning, and that's just gonna potentially really limit us. So whatever we find today is kind of the rest of it. We may not get a great opportunity to grow anything tomorrow, but it's how it is sometimes. I actually, you know, I love tournaments where you go into it and you know you have an idea as to what you want to do, but you're still really developing it. I just feel like it lets you fish a little bit more open. And you know, I know that crankbait bite is gotten out a little bit. A lot more guys doing it today. You know, that's one of the things that generally happens, and this drives me nuts, but when you're fishing these big tournaments, you know, everyone rooms with people, everyone's got buddies out here, and generally what ends up happening is, you know, the first day, you know, if you get onto something, well, there's still several more days of practice, and you know, there's generally going to be a group of guys that go, and you know, there's guys that are, every tournament you go to, there's guys that are struggling, there's guys that are you know, on them. And the thing is, by the time the tournament starts, the guys that were on them the first day of practice generally have let the word out to enough people where you start getting a lot more guys that are doing the same thing by the end of practice. So it's just one of those things. It's almost like you want it to come together in the tournament almost more than you do in practice, because you just tend to get a lot of people doing it. And I think there's a lot of people that are starting to move up to the bank, which, you know, is what it is. It also would be cool if it turned into a non-scope tournament. That would be kind of cool. I still think you're going to see plenty of guys scoping, but I have a feeling it's not going to be as big of a scope tournament as I thought it originally would be, which I'm okay with. So we're gonna bang our head a few more times on a few docks to really drive it home that there's probably nothing on the docks, and then we're gonna get back out and try some more offshore stuff, which is what I did spend a couple hours doing. I know there's some fish being caught doing that. It's just I don't feel like there's huge groups of them, but if you can find them, I think you can get right in a hurry. So probably give that a little bit more time too. Well, that's always a good sign when you're catching shells. I just caught a 2.5, 3 pound smallmouth. We're fishing, I mean, it's just a tiny little ditch. The boat's sitting in 4 feet of water, and on both sides there's, you know, a high spot, and there's a hard spot right in the middle of this ditch. You can see, like, I mean, it's exposed land over there. We're out in the middle of the lake. Thought we had another one. And I mean, we're just sitting in a couple feet of water. With the water being low here, it definitely, there's a lot of shallow water, let's put it that way. You got to know where you're running. These little back channels are pretty bad because, I mean, you get these little rock bars all over. But it's the fish are obviously using them still. I had to put a battery in, otherwise I would have showed you Mr. Smallmouth. Do not want to lose an XRK 50. Here's a little tip, guys. I just was stuck. I have my bait stuck on somebody's fishing line. It's all nasty. I don't want to put it back in the water, so I always just shove it up an old used water bottle from earlier in the day. And then I can go ahead and just throw this out at the end of the day. It's all slimed up. There's no reason to leave it in the lake. Somebody else will lose their XRK 50 on it. Well, we're wrapping up day 2 of practice. Not nearly as good. I don't know that I even got a fish catch on camera for you guys. Hopefully I still was able to walk you through some of what I was doing. Just not that many fish catches today. It was not nearly as good. I'm hoping it's because I'm in a little bit different part of the lake, and not that things are changing. I did talk to a buddy of mine that was doing stuff pretty similar to what I did yesterday in the same part of the lake, and had some good bites. So that gives me the confidence that, you know, it potentially could just be part of the lake that is not happening. And today it could have been I didn't do nearly as much of it today. Anyways, we're gonna put her on the trailer, call her a day, get home, edit this video, take a shower, make a pizza, eat it, go to bed. That's the life of a fisherman. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you, and stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow.